You were showing some stuff about isn't the Catholic Church or the Vatican pushing this new emoji that
Oh
is,
yeah, that Lucy.
yeah, tell us about
Yeah, that character kind of looks like the X-Men. You know, the Jubilee character. The Jubilee character, her special powers was creating plasma. Kind of like she's the Squatterman master. She can create plasma. And on the Vatican, she's holding a stang, and a stang is a witch's, like a witch's staff. And the special thing about a stang is it has two prongs that stick out. One prong is into the one prong is in like shade, and then the other prong is in sunshine. So you get one from the dark and you get one from the light. And with that character with the Vatican, her boots are muddy. So this this whole symbolism is like with the Kabbalah tree, which is the bottom part. They call it Malkuth. Malkuth is the muddy. They call it the bowel area. The Malkuth to the Keter is the top. And right now that some their media is kind of holding back on it, but I believe that there's going to be a huge celebration of Christmas this year, and that's the celebration of Keter, the crowning.
what else do you see with the mud on the shoes and the lower part, the
Malkuth,
the Malkuth? Yeah. So
Malkuth, yeah,
are they
Malkuth.
telling us? What are they telling us? Like, what's the event linked to that?
She's a psychopomp. You know what a psychopomp is, right? Jesus was a psychopomp. Death is a psychopomp, and I believe Mercury was a psychopomp. A psychopomp is a character that can travel from both hell, right, like plain earth, and also heaven. So a psychopomp is an entity that can travel through all three realms, the as above, the right now, and the below.
Hmm. Okay, so you're that's what you see it represents.
Yeah, and for us Navajos, like the word for Jesus is similar to the word for Jason. Des Tahigi, the one that doesn't die.
And how would that be linked to Lucy with the representation that they're showing us? Let me see if I can pull that up.
That's the New Age. Yeah, these are Jubilee years. They occur after every seventh Sabbath year. 50 years is the economic, cultural, environmental, and communal reset when the land and people rest, and all those who are in slavery are set free to return to their communities. So that's what a Jubilee is.
Looking at the
And
symbolism here, we've got green to the left or green to the right, white to the left with a white central bead. Then we have a blue, white, red, green with an orange cross, muddy shoes, and then it looks like a certain symbol within the eye. Even I don't know what kind of symbol that is. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That could be
for us Navajos, that
menorah.
word, sega dineko, sedananako, is the igniters of the crystals, the yellow world. So maybe she's wearing the yellow because of the yellow world for us Navajos.
It looks like there's a menorah in the eye, a 9-rayed menorah.
Mm-hmm. Like a
There.
seashell, also kind of like a.
Yeah, or
You can see
fountain.
the Jesus symbolism on her heart area,
Oh yeah,
or
look
yeah,
at that. There it is. Is that a boat?
the Calvary, I guess that would be called.
Okay, it looked like a boat almost. The cross at the
Mhm.
bow of
And
the
she also
boat.
has like a rosary connected with the with the cross. That's the symbol of the Chrislam that's coming up. They call it the merging of Christianity and Islam. People talk about Nebuchadnezzar, his dream, how the iron mixes with the clay, and that's happening currently.
Hmm. Lucy, great name. illuminated one. It's pretty cool, man.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty cool.
Luce the lights. And the one thing that they're talking about also is like Terra. Terra is a tree. So you have a tree and a rift, the tree that's split, I guess you would say. And some say that the character Jesus is actually like a tree. He's planted a tree. He's got it, the cross into the ground, the earth. It's up. You have the human onto it. You have the blood coming into it and going into the roots. This is growing the man into a tree. And that's why they call us cash crops. And also the people. The pea pulled from the cash crop, the pea pulled from the stalk, I guess you would say. So all of us are considered cash crops. We're either good fruit or bad fruit. You're either gonna produce some fucking excellent tax funds, or else you're just gonna be a deadbeat collecting.
They love us so much.
I am Groot. So the symbolism is everywhere.
Huh. I wonder how it started. Like who it was that actually started it all.
Oh, I bet you it started over some beer and some awesome explosions. It was like the greatest life, I bet. And people were sitting there and everyone was just having fun. We're like, you know what? We can do this like on a bigger scale. And they're like, oh yeah, let's go. Oh, first we got to take out who so and so. Like, let's go. And boom.
The Anunnaki like to drink beer.
Oh yeah.
They would drink beer and make people. Well, we still
maybe
do
that's
that
why
today,
Lake
folks.
Mead is called Lake Mead.
Why? Tell us,
No,
tell us
that remember
that.
mead is like the drink the Vikings drank. So mead is a ritual drink for Vikings. It's the fermented choice after a battle.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And Vikings, man, they know how to party.
Oh yeah. You betcha.
That'd be an interesting life as a Viking back in the Viking days. I don't know. Very interesting, man. Well, so cool.
Well, one also thing is I got with this the Navajo is our necklace. We have the Navajo necklace, which shows the analim, how the sun travels in the sky. You have both the sun and the moon traveling together. This is called the Yo. For us Navajos, first woman is Cassiopeia. And Cassiopeia, they call her the queen of Ethiopia, I guess you would say. And first man is the Big Dipper. For having a bunch of jewelry, that would be called your wealth. That's how we showed our wealth, our yode.
Wow, man, it gets deep, doesn't it? Doesn't it get deep
Yeah.
when you connect
And when I
all
was
the
telling you
dots?
about let me see. This star constellation, Polaris is a burning, is a central fireplace. And then you have first woman, which is Cassiopeia. And then you have first man, who is the Big Dipper for us Navajos. So those are the two constellations that we go and work off of. And right now, I believe we're wherever Orion is. We're about right here now. So if you look up into the sky at night, you'll see that constellation, Orion. Right there, Orion. And it's pretty easy to look for the Polaris. You'll just come this way a little bit. You'll find Taurus, and right where the hump of Taurus is where you'll find the Pleiades, I guess you would say, the seven sisters. So it's pretty easy to find. Yeah,
Good work, man. That looks really
yeah.
good. It's all connected to the stars.
It's all connected to the stars. They say like the fixed moon. the fixed sun, and the stars do not lie.
Hmm.
And maybe that's what Jesus meant. Like, my Father has many houses, was like these different realms, I guess you would say.
Makes me think of when he talks about the different houses. Makes me think of the zodiac, different houses of the zodiac,
Yeah.
which could connect to a multitude of things, like what you're showing also. But that would make sense. Many houses, the different houses in the zodiac.
Yeah, with the zodiac, I also got it lined up. This is the end of the Ice Age. This is the birth of Jesus up here. So this is where the constellation was when the birth of Jesus. This is where we're currently at now, 2024. So from here, the birth of Jesus, we've moved about here. So this is the current setting. And they say we've been in the age to like 2150, I guess you would say.
Why? Why would you say 2150?
Yeah. So when you put stuff on a timeline like that, it's kind of like a little bit easy to understand what is going on and how religion is filtered and used. Yesterday was actually the day Noah's flood began, they say. So it was actually a pretty significant year yesterday. And yesterday was like a huge thunderstorm and rain was coming down pretty awesome. So that was the marking of Noah's great flood. And you'll find that in like Genesis 7:11, I believe. And that's 7:11. You see them everywhere.
Yeah, talking about flooding.
Yeah, for like religion is built on everything. Like Abraham, he walked out of the furnace. Abraham was like burning, and he was put into a furnace, but he walked out with two angels beside him. And this theology matches with the Navajo theology of the twin heroes that went to go meet their father, the sun, where they had to maintain their composure while they were in the sweat lodge as the sun was testing them to see if they were really their sons. Are you really my son? If you are my son, you can take this heat. And they actually survived it. And Abraham also did the same thing. He survived the furnace, and that's what made Abraham great, I guess you would say. That's what propelled him to that God status, was he was able to walk out the furnace. And I believe, like, you see movies like Freddy Krueger and stuff, and that's where they build these characters from, is already built theology, and they're just passing it on in their own special haha kind of way. It's like watching shadows as we know the real story. We know the true image. These people are just watching shadows dance.
Gemini, the twins, that's what I thought of when you brought up the twins.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a whole plethora of twins, I guess you would say, throughout theology. There's a lot of twins.
That's got to be representation. Oftentimes, I would think it was astrology of Gemini.
Oh yeah, you betcha, because of the way it's sitting in the sky, I guess you would say. Yeah, it's very that constellation's always been twins.
So maybe that's somehow connected to the mythology and the stories that you were referencing.
Oh yeah,
and the twins,
and it just builds up like that. It kind of like snowballs, I guess you would say. And then you have like you go back to the master and slave theology. You have Joseph, you know the character Joseph, right? For him, they tried to like bind him, like put him in chains and all that stuff. But every time they put chains on him, the chains just kept on falling off. So they were like, "What the heck? What's wrong with this guy?" So they try to bind him, and the chains just keep falling off. So that's how they figured that, okay, this guy's chosen from God. So he was kind of like a Houdini character, I guess you would say. You bind him up like this, and he just hey, I'm free, buddy. So that was the Joseph character.
What would be aloof, or what would be able to avoid capture and break through chains very easily and evade capture in astrology? Like, what would be a zodiac sign connected to that, I wonder? Something to think about, folks.
The Pisces are chains. The Pisces, they say it's like two fishes that are chained. So if you look at the Pisces, it's like a V like this, and you have the two binding cuffs on it. And then you have the Pisces, the V, and then you also have the whale on top of it, which is the Cetus. And that's where you get that, look for the whale in the sky, I guess you would say, which would be Cetus.
Yeah, okay.
It sits right on top of Pisces.
And you take the Code of Hammurabi. The Code of Hammurabi is in the first 5 books, and it's hundreds of these rules and regulations, etc., and laws. Well, the Code of Hammurabi is allegedly from the.
This is where the Code of Hammurabi began. It was about right here, 1750 BC.
You've got it on your Wheel of Fortune. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So every event that happened is here. And like I said, once you see it on the wheel, you know the game. What's of this whatever I was doing? The Sudoku. The Sudoku.
How do you get?
Pretty much just basically 70 centuries from creation to new creation. So ingredients of how to make a cake. What cake are they trying to build? They tell us they want to go to Mars. They want to go to different planets. So everything that they're talking about, like Sumerians, Anunnaki, I believe that's backwards. I believe that is the future that they want. That is the future for this coming generation that we're planning. Just theories going through my head right now. It's like looking at the timeline, looking at the world, looking at theology, looking at population, looking at landmass, looking at destruction. And it's like it all comes together. Because when you look at the battle, the Armageddon, that word, that Armageddon is actually a place. You go to Tel Megiddo, it's in Israel, Jerusalem. You go to that area, you look it up, they have like videos of it. They talk about how the place is just like laid out, and if they count it, there's like 26 layers, and there's that number 26. There's 26 layers that go up, and that's how much whoever's been trying to become.
Whoa, this gets intense. So you want to jump on over to our Patreon page, because I've got this uploaded uncensored, unedited, and there's a lot of stuff we talk about that we can talk about there. And I want to thank you for being awesome. I want to thank you for watching the shows. I really appreciate it. If it wasn't for you watching these shows, I probably wouldn't be doing them, or I wouldn't be having nearly as much fun. So thank you. And if you do me a huge favor, please share these videos out, hit the thumbs up, and leave a comment in the comment section. I've got 420,000+ amazing subscribers, and for whatever reason, the majority of the subscribers do not get notifications, even though they continue to hit the bell and resubscribe, because for whatever reason, they get unsubscribed a lot of the time also. I guess we're scary here in the garage, folks. I guess you got to be careful for those that seek truth. But regardless, it's okay. We have a million other platforms to share this information out. And I just want to say, have a beautiful day and be the change the world needs to see, because it starts with you.